Well guys, I bought another boat. What's going on guys? This is Julian Sales and this is my brand new 1980 Catalina 27 tall rig. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys around, sort of share my vision for things as we go along the way. And yeah, let's get into the boat tour. So I'm going to be showing you guys the boat as is, like is exactly what I got for the money I spent. Stick around, I will tell you guys exactly how much I paid for this boat. Yeah, it's going to get juicy. So alright, so since we're up here, we're just going to go ahead and run through the top of the deck. So right here we have our jib, our foresail, our head sail. It's a damn jib. If you're looking into getting into sailing, you want a sloop, get a sloop. Don't get a catch or a fucking schooner or whatever the hell. Like, you got a main, we got a jib, okay? Super simple, super great. The cool thing about this jib is it's on a rolling furler, which my last sailboat was a Hank-on jib. So yeah, that's a big upgrade from our previous setup. Going up to the bow, we have our anchor locker, right? Which is already connected to the anchor. The anchor needs to be scraped and washed. It's got a bunch of barnacles on it. Okay. The furling line kind of gets in the way of the locker, which isn't ideal, but it works, I guess. And I have another Danforth anchor. I'll probably just swap them out. And yeah, the deck needs a good scrub for sure. She just needs some love, y'all. She just needs a little love. Okay, so here is our mainsail. We've got her under the cover right now, but she is a tall rig, so the mast it's the bigger version, baby. Which kind of pisses me off because it's the bigger version, but we still have a tiller. Like, I feel like the tall rig should come with the helm. But anyway, there's the boom. No chafing on the bimini top, which is good. And you know, that's the beauty about a sloop, is it's just like super simple, right? Like, we have our main, we've got the jib. You want to sail? That's all you need right there. Okay, so moving towards the cockpit. First thing I see is a lot of this old ass paint sort of stripping off. Yeah, she needs her nails done, y'all. She needs her nails did. We've got our engine controls over here, right? This is the shifter, this is the accelerator, engine temperature, amps. Here's the tiller, right? Which also needs to be sanded and re-teaked. Sort of some of my initial thoughts already. All of this wood on the handrails up here, we got to sand it down, we've got to re-teak it. As soon as we do that, I mean, she'll have her lipstick on. You know, beauty about this buy really is that issues are mainly cosmetic, which is honestly what you want. So as far as cockpit storage, plenty of storage space. We have the lazarette, port side locker with batteries and a bunch of other stuff, starboard locker, extra lines, and this neat little tiller extension. So yeah, plenty of space. As far as any lines that we have in the cockpit right now, we have our jib sheet here, furling line here. Which the beauty about this boat is she can be sailed entirely from the cockpit, which is really, really nice. So we don't have to go on deck to raise any sails whatsoever, which is super cool, super convenient. The only thing on that side is a couple winches. This one is for the mainsail. Here's our traveler, whatever you want to call it. And then I've got the solar panel outside right now. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to raise the jib. So let's say we're sailing, right? All right, we want to raise the jib out, so we just undo this furling line, wrap the jib sheet on the winch a couple times, and just pull. Make sure this furling line doesn't get caught on anything. Once you have the jib all the way out, there is this sort of block here. You put your line in. And just like that, she's flying. Whenever we want to get her furled in, we're just going to undo this, take this off the winch. We can put this on the winch, probably twice, and we're gonna pull. And she just coils up nicely like that. Look at that. Super easy. And then we're gonna go around, over. We're gonna take this like that. Boom. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the top of the boat. Let's go down below and I'll show you guys the cabin. Okay, so my initial thoughts on the cabin. I love how big of a beam it has. The galley feels really spacious. I can stand up and I'm about like 5'10", and a half maybe. Yeah, a lot of room. I hate the beige. I hate this white. This is horrible. All of these cushions got to get redone, reupholstered, because the white is just no. And then as far as having like crew on board, I mean, this settee right here is plenty of space for somebody to lay down. Plenty of space. All right, so here we've got some exposed electrical. This sort of needs to be cleaned up. We've got our sink here, which is on an automatic switch, which is nice. We also have the pump. Microwave. Here's our DC panel. Master switch. There's this kind of nice like plexiglass storage area over here, which is nice. Put some bottles and stuff back there, maybe, I don't know. Right here, which is another cool feature that I didn't have on my last boat, is a whole ice chest. We just gotta clean it out. But yeah, that's pretty damn cool. All right, so sort of looking aft, we've got our radio. I'm not sure that it works. I don't think it does, which is kind of a bummer. So just order one on Amazon. If you guys know a good one to get, let me know in the comments. We've got a sort of aft berth here. Plenty of space for one person, or honestly 2 people if they don't mind being cuddled up. Starboard settee. That's good to know. We've got outlets, more miscellaneous shit, some RV lights, which I already looked at. I'm throwing these out because we have some wires for lighting, and I kind of want strips. I kind of want strip lighting, or we might try to find a nice fixture. I'm not sure yet, but either way, we have to get the lighting on point because lights are a vibe. Lights are a vibe. This is trash. This is, yeah, we don't need that. And then we have this whole sort of table here. This needs some WD-40 because that is extremely sticky. And I'm gonna be honest, my last boat had a table sort of set up exactly like this, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. You know, if you can build a sort of swivel design or something, that would be ideal. But it works. It also flips around, like in case you have guests or anything. You guys can sit, enjoy a meal. I would love to mount some sort of TV or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Have a TV with movie on, people laying right here, people laying over there, everybody's sort of watching the movie, or, you know, something. Just vibes, bro. Vibes. The cool thing, as the table almost just shits itself. Another cool thing about this table is it's got this sort of like plastic over the wood, which I like because I can just unscrew, put a different map here, or like put pictures here, and like this is cool. This is really neat when it comes to like personalization, and sort of making this your own. So that's not a bad idea. I'll show you guys the engine real quick. She is a universal atomic 4 diesel. She needs a clean. Engine bay needs a clean. She runs. She needs an oil change coming up soon. I noticed that I could readjust the tensioner on the alternator. It needs to be brought up a little bit because the belt's just a little loose. Other than that, you know, I love a good diesel engine. They are reliable. So if you're gonna buy a boat, you need to study your engine. You need to get to know your engine, because I'll never forget the first time on my first sailboat when I looked down at the engine and I just had no clue what I was looking at. The more research you do, the more time you spend learning each system, the more comfortable you feel and the more confident you feel about your situation. It's extremely important to be knowledgeable on what type of engine gets you out of the slip, gets you back in the slip, and gets you going when there's no wind. So you're gonna buy a boat, get ready to become an engine mechanic. We tried to start her earlier, but she was getting no juice. We had to go on shore power, charge up the batteries a bit, but when the batteries topped up now, she starts just like that. So I mean, she's a runner, she's a track star. There's no better feeling as a boat owner than when you turn the key and she starts right up. So yeah, it's a good day. Moving towards the bow, we've got a closet, which the wood's actually in really good shape. So moving over, we have the head, which is surprisingly really clean. Some more storage. Got a light. Even comes with this mirror, which is pretty cool. So head is in good shape. All right, so we can take pisses in peace. Here's the V-berth. As you can see, it never left the 80s with this sort of shag upholstery. I mean, that is absolutely horrible. Like, yeah, so all that's got to be reupholstered, redone. But there's storage under here, and it actually goes back pretty far. There's plenty of space for one person, but 2 people could definitely sleep there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the main saloon and the galley area. All right, so how much did I buy this sailboat for? I bought this boat off Facebook Marketplace for $3,000. It's a little bit more expensive than the last one that I bought for $2,500. How do I feel about my purchase? I feel really, really good. I feel really great. I've already taken her sailing, and it's Catalina sailing. I mean, these boats sold like crazy, right? I think over 6,600 something produced, and she sails like a Catalina. We can do all of the sailing from the cockpit. We have a furler. So when it comes to the boat, she's great. She's tried and true. You just need some time at the salon to get her looking good, get her feeling good. That's the beauty about this buy, is she's already in great shape. She's got a good heart. She's got a great build. And yeah, I couldn't be any more happy with the purchase. I can't wait to take her out with my friends, right? And just make memories and share the gift of sailing with others, man, because that's what it's about. As far as my long-term plans for this boat, I have no clue. All I know is I want to sail. So that's what we're gonna do. So I make this video to like kind of put in perspective as to what you can get for around $3,000. Again, this is here in Texas. I don't know what the market's like in your area. We're in a fortunate situation to where we can score deals like this because we already live by the water. I can't promise that you can find a deal like this in your area, but they're out there, they exist, and this is pretty much to show you guys that like if you wanted to live this lifestyle, it's extremely attainable, it's extremely possible, and your barrier to entry doesn't have to be $1 million. Because if your goal is to sail, well then I would say buy something that's going to get you sailing as quick as possible, that meets as much of your criteria as you can, right? But yeah, this is what $3 grand gets you here in Texas. I'm really looking forward to making some kick-ass memories on this boat. And yeah, follow me along on my sailing journey. We're gonna have a kick-ass time together. So hope you guys enjoyed the boat tour. We got a lot to do. We got work to do, boys. So anyway, later I will see you guys in the next one.